What's up, everybody? Once again, it's your boy Brooklyn Mclinn. Life Strategy Meetup. Life needs a strategy. The Brooklyn Report. All things motivation, information, transformation, inspiration. I got a little classical music playing in the background. I've been on a classical music tip lately because I believe in energy and frequency, and I don't know if you're familiar with Dr. Emoto, who shot a video explaining how frequency affects water molecules, right? He shot a video about putting certain phrases on water bottles and then freezing the molecules and then looking at the molecules under a microscope and noticing how the water crystals were affected by what was said to them, the music that was played. So, considering that we are 70 to 80% water, depending on who you listen to, we are also affected by the energy, frequency, vibrations, the thoughts, the words, that we say, that we're around, the environment. Everything is affecting us. So, I try to make a point of being aware of that and only really trying to take in things that are going to uplift me. It's unavoidable that we're going to come across things that we don't like or things that we don't want to see. But because we have free will and because we can develop our awareness, we don't have to stay staring at it for very long. We can acknowledge it, see it, take the information that is there to show us, and then focus on what we're deciding to focus on that can help uplift us. So that's why I'm rocking the classical music today. I'm not really sure where this video is gonna go, but a thought came to my head the other day, and I just want to talk about it. The thought was, and God said, "Let there be light." Then there was light. Right? So, and God said, "Let there be light." Then there was light. So that's in the Bible. I'm not a Christian, but I believe information can be received from anywhere, from the Bible, from any other random book, any person. Every situation to me is a learning opportunity. So I was thinking about that. And God said, "Let there be light." Like, really think about that. God said, "Let there be light," and then there was light. So God said it, and then it happened. So there was a thought or a phrase or a frequency that was uttered, and then something physical manifested. And we are, according to many doctrines, many schools of thought, created in the image and likeness of God. We are created in the image and likeness of God. Everything is God, right? Because God created the heavens and the earth, the planet, the solar system, the galaxies, whatever you believe. I subscribe to the fact that some entity, some source created this whole thing that we're living in. Gave us breath, gave us life, gave us spirit, gave us soul, gave us free will, gave us thinking. And God said, "Let there be light," then there was light. And we are created in the image and likeness of God. So if that holds true, then what we say has power. Right? Think about that. If God said, "Let there be light," and there was light, and we are created in the image and likeness of God, then what we say has power. Right? That's really profound to me. That's really profound to me that I've been given the power to create my own world. And maybe you take a different assessment from that, but that's what I took from that. That wow, like my words are really powerful. I'm from the Creator, the heavenly Creator, the source, the entity that created all this. I'm a product of that. And God said, let there be light. And there was light. So what do I say about me and my world and the things that I want to see? Right? That's for some people that's a lot of responsibility to know that you have that kind of power. Now you got to be responsible for that. You have to care for that power. You have to care for that power. You need to harness that power. You need to strengthen, grow, and develop that power that you have, that you can speak things into existence. You can think a thought, speak it, put an action behind it, and it will physically manifest. Pretty powerful. So then it comes to, well, what are we saying? How are we speaking? Are we speaking life? Or are we speaking death? Are we speaking love? Or are we speaking hate? Because whatever we're speaking, whatever that emotion or that intention, that energy is behind what we're saying, is going to physically manifest. Right? And you're not a victim. Okay? You're not a victim. It's not like things are happening to you. You're thinking something, you're speaking something, you're giving off some type of energy that's coming out from you, and now you're seeing the physical manifestation of it in front of you. And a lot of times, speaking for myself, when I didn't know that, when I wasn't aware of that, I didn't understand that, so I played the role of a victim. I didn't understand that it has to come from me first before I can see it. Not the other way around. Not the other way around. So I had to start paying attention to what I was saying. And we've been around people. I mean, we hear the things that people are saying about themselves, about other people, gossiping, what we hear in the news, what we listen to on the radio. Like, it's a lot of things being spoken into manifestation that people are being very flippant with and are not taking responsibility for. Right? So I posted something a few days ago about self-talk. Okay? And I want to talk about that a little bit. So, I like to do specific definitions. So what is self-talk? What is the things that we're saying to ourselves? Let alone what's coming out of our mouths about other people, other circumstances, other things that we have dominion over. What are we saying to ourselves? Because remember, and God said, let there be light. And then there was light. So what am I saying to myself that I'm physically manifesting? I wanted to be aware of it because I want to see the things that I'm actually interested in. I want to say and speak and do and give off the energy that's going to give me the kind of life that I'm choosing to live. So self-talk, right? In the universe, there's a law called the law of polarity, which means there's duality in the universe. Okay, so love, hate, good, bad, positive, negative, God, the devil, night, day, you know what I mean? Like, it's duality. So there is positive and negative self-talk. We have them both. Okay, there's always going to be two sides to that coin. And they both have an impact on how you feel. There are a few ways you can develop better self-talk, including just listening to what you're saying to yourself each day. It's worth practicing self-talk, as feeling good about yourself is worth the effort. Right? So there's self-talk, and then we have positive and negative self-talk. Now, I'm shooting this because I kind of want to focus on negative self-talk. Positive self-talk as well, but I want to offer up a different way of looking at negative self-talk. Okay? Because we get a lot of negative images, a lot of negative imagery, is going on around us. Every time you turn on the TV, I mean, even today, God bless those people in Oregon, but, 10 to 15 more people were murdered today at a college in Oregon. Right? So that's what they pump into us. Do we need to know what's there? Yeah, but every time you turn on the TV, there's some type of negativity. Okay? I don't know about you, but I got tired of watching that every single day. So I don't really watch TV anymore. I'll pick up a tidbit of news here and there, take a look at it, process it, but I'm not going to just sit there and vegetate on negativity all day, because I understand if that's the vibration that I'm in, if that's the energy that I'm giving off, I'm only going to get back more of it. Okay? So, but I just want us to understand the idea of self-talk, and then why it's hard for some people to get out of negative self-talk. So what I'm going to offer you is the idea that negative self-talk is necessary. Just like positive self-talk is necessary. But now, look at what negative self-talk is designed to do. Negative self-talk, I accept, is designed to protect you from danger. Okay, think about that. Negative self-talk is designed to protect you from danger. Now, that danger can be real or imagined. That negative self-talk designed to protect you from danger, and that danger can be real or imagined. Now, for most of us, that negative self-talk is protecting us from an imagined danger. And it's not real. Okay, so negative self-talk could be or self-questioning of something. Call it negative if you want. We're saying it's negative for right now. But let's say I walk into a party and I don't like the energy or the vibe that's going on in the party. And the self-talk in my head is like, man, this party is no good. These people in here, not good. Like, nothing is good about, you don't want to be around these kind of people. Right? So one could argue that's negative. Negative self-talk. Like, you're looking at people a certain way, But the thing is, that energy is trying to protect you from something that either is real, right? It legitimately could be a threat in that party that this self-talk or this my spirit is trying to alert me to, or it could be something that I just imagined. Right? It might not be real, but then now I have to decide. I have to have the awareness if there's a clear and present danger, or is it something real or imagined. On a lighter note, as a man, I used to struggle with going up to women, to stranger women, and introduce myself and create an interaction. And then the self-talk would be, man, don't go over to her. She's a gold digger. Don't go over to her. She's probably going to tell you no. Don't go over to her because look at her type. She probably, Like, this is the conversation that's going on in my head, and it's designed to protect me from rejection. Because that's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm thinking. So the self-talk or the self-doubt or the negative self-energy is trying to protect me from that rejection. But is that real? Or is that imagined? It's imagined because I haven't gone over there and experienced whatever that is. Now, you could argue, well, I've done that before and I've heard no before, so that self-talk is justified. It's like, no, that was one situation. It doesn't hold true for every single situation. So I know, speaking for myself, it was an imagined fear. Right? When I'm working out or when I'm exercising and I decide to run 5 miles, and during the 3rd mile, that voice in my head kicks in. Hey man, you've done enough. It's okay. You should get off now. You don't want to catch a cramp. You don't want to You don't want to, right? So that voice is working on me to try to get me to stop because it's trying to protect me from some danger that could be real or imagined, right? So negative self-talk is actually necessary to me because it's trying to protect me from something. But I got to have the awareness to know, is that real or not? So anything that I'm out trying to do, trying to accomplish some type of goal, some type of level of success, some type of relationship, some type of accolade, whatever it is, and I have some type of negative self-talk or self-doubt or something going on inside of me trying to keep me from doing it, I got to decide, is there a real danger there? Or am I just imagining that? As an actor, I could go on a job and audition and, you know, I can make a case for they always pick the same people every single time. So why am I going to go on this next audition? Right? So that negative self-talk is trying to protect me from rejection once again. And I can make an argument that that is the case, but is that the case because that's what I believe? Maybe if I changed that belief, it wouldn't be the case. Because they don't pick the same people all the time because I've been working as an actor for 17 years. So it's not true. Does this make sense? I hope this is making sense. So I'm just trying to bring awareness to the power that we have in what we say because, like how I started, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. So we have the power to say things that we can physically manifest. Now, what are we saying? Right? Negative reinforcement or negative things have a stronger impact than positive things, believe it or not. Right? Because negative things or negative things that we deem to be negative that happen to us, that harm us in some form or fashion, right? So our bodies instinctively are trying to self-preserve, self-preservation. They're trying to protect us. So it's tougher to overcome that negative self-talk than positive self-talk, or to keep experiencing positivity. Because positivity is light, it's airy, right? It's for our benefit. Right? Negative, experiences can tend to weigh us down more, and it becomes more troublesome to try to overcome. Like I've said it before, it takes 21 I cans to eliminate one I can't. Right? Because once we try something and we're not successful, the pain associated with that event, right? Our body, our spirits are trying to protect us from having that negative experience again. So if you're in a relationship and the relationship goes sideways, we'll swear off relationships for the rest of our lives, even though we've had positive ones. I know when my dad passed away, the pain was so gut-wrenching that I never wanted to feel that sense of loss ever again. But in order to have relationship, or in order to have any kind of connection with any type of human being, you have to be willing to have loss a part of the equation, because nothing lasts forever. So that one instance has dominated all the other positive ones until I noticed that, and then decided that, you know what, I'm going to have a greater sense of awareness. I'm not going to let that one situation, that one quote-unquote negative situation, keep me from having a relationship that's fulfilling. Okay, so nothing is wrong with you if you have negative self-talk. Right? Everybody does. There's a great book by Susan Jeffers. It's called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. Right? Everybody feels fear. Everybody has negative self-doubt, talk. It's what we do after that. Once we experience it, do we overcome it? Do we push past it? Do we have the awareness to look at the situation and go, is this a real danger or is it imagined? right? So as an athlete, we see it all the time. Like, an athlete can make, speaking in basketball terms, 9 out of 10 layups, right? And get down on themselves for that one missed layup, or the coach will point out the one missed layup and not acknowledge the nine. Or you can even acknowledge the nine, but that individual will focus on the one miss, because if that one miss is equated with a negative experience. So that negative experience, it actually outweighs the 9 positive experiences. So what we got to do is figure out a way to not look at those negative experiences as negative experiences. So I accept that positive and negative are a part of the equation. So it's how you relate to these experiences that are going to determine how they stay with you. Okay, so I understand, using the basketball analogy, in order to make a shot, I have to be willing, one, to shoot, but I also have to be willing to miss in order to make it, because that's only two things that can happen. So in order to make a shot, I got to be willing to take the shot, but two things can happen when I take a shot. Either I'm going to make it or I'm going to miss. So I'm not looking at missing as a negative aspect of taking the shot. It's a part of it. So failed relationships, failed business opportunities, failed, whatever it is a part of the equation. Just like a successful relationship or a successful business, or, any type of successful thing that you want to label as positive, it's a part of the equation. It can happen. It's going to happen. Right? Mistakes are going to happen. It's how we look at the mistake and then how we recover from the mistake. Okay? So that's something that I've really been working on, and I just wanted to share that with you guys, because we got to pay more attention to what we're saying to ourselves. Have a greater sense of awareness. Understand the power that you have when you're speaking. The energy that you give off when you walk into a room is powerful. Right? You have the power to affect people, and some of us are real loose with it. I know I was at a time. So I'm not laying any blame on anything. It's just awareness. We have to become more aware of what we're thinking, what we're saying, and what we're doing. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. So all we got to do is look at our situations. If we like some of the things that we're doing, great. Do more of it. If we don't like some of the things that we're doing, great. Stop doing them or do less of them until you can eradicate them out of your system. So it's not about laying blame on anything or feeling down about anything. It's about acknowledgement, being aware, and then moving towards what you're saying you want to see. Take more control of your environment. Right? You listen to classical music right now. I know when I used to listen to a lot of rap music when I was younger, every other word out my mouth was a cuss word. Get around my friends, and it was F this, damn that, be this, ish that, nigga this, nigga that, right? And I could just justify it. All these just words that don't mean nothing, but it had an energy. It carried an energy. And when I understood that, let me start removing some of those things out of my vocabulary, out of my language. Right? When we turn on the TV, airplanes are taking off every single day, all day. They don't show the successful takeoffs. Right? They'll show the one plane that crash lands, and then now that's the imprint of airplane travel. It's like, no, there's thousands of successful takeoffs and landings every day that they don't show. There's successful police interactions with people of color every day that they don't show. Right? And I'm not saying that the issues with police aren't a problem. But it seems more of a problem because that's all we see. They don't show the positive interactions. They don't show positive acts of kindness that happen every single day. They show negative. They show robberies. They show murders, car accidents, car chases, economy downturns, right? So I'm just asking you to be more aware. I'm asking myself to be more aware, right? And really think about that. Really think about, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. And the light was good. Think about the things that you're saying to yourself. Man, that was stupid. Man, I'm so stupid. Oh, man, I'm dumb. Why did I do something stupid like that? Oh, man. Those are things that we're saying to ourselves. Right? And we do that because, like I said, if you can accept it, great. But that talk is actually trying to protect us from stepping out of our comfort zone. When in essence, your growth is outside of your comfort zone. So that's why it behooves us to have that kind of awareness to understand, wait a minute. No wonder people are saying this kind of thing to me, because I'm saying it to myself. I understand it's trying to protect me from pain and hurt and rejection, but that's not real. It's not a real danger. It's imagined. Let me go out here and create and manifest the things that I believe that I deserve. Understanding that there will always be negative self-talk. And that those negative experiences that I deem negative are going to weigh heavier than the positive ones, but I can decide on that. I don't have to give it that much merit. But if I'm struggling or I'm challenged to try to overcome it, at least I understand what's happening. Awareness. Okay? So, in conclusion, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. And the light was good. We are created in the image and likeness of God. Thereby, we have the power to speak and create our own reality. I ask you, what are you saying? What are you saying? Become more aware of what you're saying. Are you gossiping? Are you speaking life, or are you speaking death? And then understand self-talk. There's positive self-talk and there's negative self-talk. That's a part of the equation. Just like night follows day, it's a part of the equation. Now, understand and acknowledge that negative self-talk is designed to protect me from pain, hurt, and rejection. But is it a real danger, or is it imagined? Is it real pain, or is it imagined? And then what do you constitute as pain? The old adage in the gym is no pain, no gain. Right? So we can't build the kind of bodies that we want without experiencing pain. Right? Labor pain. What comes out of labor pain? A new life. Creation comes out of labor pain. So pain is temporary. Things come out of pain, growing pains. Right? So it's all in how we look at it, but that talk is only designed to try to protect us from some form of danger. And you have to decide, I have to decide, we have to decide if that danger is real or imagined. Okay, so it was just on my mind, and I wanted to share that with you guys. As always, shoot me your questions, comments, concerns, subject matters. You can find me at lifestrategymeetup.com, Facebook, Brooklyn Mclinn, Twitter, Brooklyn Mclinn, Instagram, all Pinterest, all that stuff is Brooklyn Mclinn. So I'm here for you as I know you're here for me. And let's just keep growing, y'all. Let's keep growing. God said, let there be light. So I'm saying, be the best that you can be. And you should repeat that to yourself and then see what happens. All right, peace.